If you're practicing the planche, and like I once did, dreaming of one day mastering this superhuman skill that everyone admires, then please don't make the same mistake that roughly 99 of 100 people make. And I'm not exaggerating. I have seen countless people, whether on social media or among my students who came with prior training experience, fall into this trap. This common mistake is bent elbows. Let me emphasize that this isn't just about the final planche itself, but also about the progressions leading up to it. Even these progressions will look far more impressive if performed correctly. You don't necessarily have to reach the final exercise to amaze those around you and achieve amazing results. But if you do it incorrectly, it will have the opposite effect. It simply looks bad. This can also be incredibly disappointing for you. Imagine thinking you're on the right track, only to see a picture or video of yourself and realize the exercise looks sloppy. At that point, you might have to start training all over again, and all the time you've invested will feel wasted. Locked elbows, so straight arms, are essential for a beautiful planche. They make the entire exercise at any progression level appear more elegant and powerful. Take for example a simple planche lean, one of the beginner progressions. If you perform it with bent elbows, it looks as if you're struggling or unsure of yourself. But if you execute it with fully locked elbows, it projects a much more robust and confident image. On the top of that, it significantly enhances the aesthetics of the exercise. With straight arms, your biceps will contract isometrically, engaging intensely. This is something that you can clearly see in these pictures and videos. But it's not just about the biceps. This form also better activates your shoulders, improving both the look of your exercise and your physique overall. But it's important to understand that proper execution requires thorough preparation. Poor form doesn't just result from inattention, it's often a protective mechanism of your nervous system. Your nervous system wants to safeguard your connective tissues and biceps tendon from potential injury. If you find that your elbows are bending, it's a sign that you're not ready for that specific progression. This is why it's crucial to build the exercise gradually and start developing straight arm strength from the beginning, a true hallmark of gymnastic training. Building this strength requires patience and consistency. Now, let's dive into the exact steps you need to take. First of all, you need to learn what's the right straight arm position. The best way to try it out is when you do elbow rotations and you get familiar with the out-rotated position. Get into kneeling support with shoulder width stance and forward-looking fingers. Do elbow rotations where once the ditch of your arms look at each other and once forward. For the planche, you will need the out-rotated forward-looking position. This is how your biceps will activate during the progressions and your humerus bone will be the most stable in the shoulder joint. If you get this position, I recommend to do the wrist mobilizations and every supported position, such as the push-up position or a simple support on the P-bars like this. This will be good to get used to the straight arms. I know this question will come up. What if you have hyperextension in your elbows? In my experience, it's not a problem. You can even see gymnasts who do the hardest skills with such elbows. In this case, you need to pay attention to not to overextend it passively, don't push it through, and activate your brachialis and biceps. As I said, the connective tissues need time for the adaptation, and in this case, it might take longer, but as you see, it's not impossible to get strong with hyperextended elbows. But the best part is that the following exercises will also help. The first real step to the straight arm strength is the exercises with elastic band. These exercises have the benefit I've mentioned before. They are not only strengthening the biceps, but also other muscles as well, especially the shoulders. You can do many variations, but a basic one I recommend is the front raises. Fix the elastic band behind you and step forward where you feel the band tight. The best if you do it from behind your back with an already tight band. This is how you can do the best possible range of motion and work on the biceps and shoulders more. The point is that your palms need to look forward with locked elbows, completely straight arms, and do front raises like that. In the beginning, even with this easy exercise, you will feel the tension on your elbows and biceps, but the point is to get used to it. A typical rep range is between 15 to 30 reps. Then you can do static holds in front of your body, next to your body, and behind your body for 10 to 30 seconds. Another useful tip for the exercise with elastic band is to do small curls under tension. This is also a great way to strengthen your biceps in a stretch position that gymnasts also use. The principle is the same here as well. Low intensity, high reps. You can do 30 to 50 controlled small curls and extensions. This exercise is great for those who have hyperextension in their elbows. Just make sure to keep the biceps active all the time. Don't let the band pull back your forearms. The next step is to do straight arm exercises with dumbbells. Of course, we could mention that these are on the same page with the elastic band exercises, since both are open kinetic chain movements and have the same opportunity to progress, but there are some exceptions in the exercises, and the goal of the elastic band work is to be really gentle. Let's see a really common exercise in gymnastics that is best done with dumbbells, the planche presses. You can do it simply laying on your back, but I prefer to do it in a hollow body position, so I hit more at once. The point here is to do front raises just like you did in the previous exercise, straight arms, palms looking forward, and raise your arms until approximately 45 degrees. If you do it on an elevated surface, you can also go negative and increase the range of motion, just don't use too much weight in the beginning. Start also with low intensity and higher reps, like 15 reps and 10 to 30 seconds hold next to your body. Later on, you can use more weight as you work on harder exercises such as the planche. After the open kinetic chain exercises with elastic band and dumbbells, it's time to level up and do a bit harder close kinetic chain exercises. A great exercise to get familiar with the straight arm strength like this is the planche lean. This exercise is good because you can increase the intensity as you progress. In the beginning, you will be able to lean forward very little, and as you get stronger, you can lean further. You will feel your arms, shoulders, and core from point zero. You can do this exercise with your hands looking 45 degrees out or in a supinated grip. It's worth to practice both if the planche is on your bucket list. Get into push-up position, pay attention to posterior pelvic tilt, activate your abs and glutes, depress and abduct your scapulas, protract your shoulders, and lean forward as much as you can. You can do dynamic reps and static holds as well. You can also do both, like 10 reps and 10 to 30 seconds hold. This is a simple but really effective exercise to build up straight arm strength. As you can see, it took a few steps and some preparations before we actually arrived to a planche progression. But many people skip straight to this stage, or worse, they jump directly into a tuck planche. Unfortunately, in 99% of cases, this leads to the issue we mentioned in the beginning of the video, the bent elbows. To summarize, the key is to follow a structured training system, starting with joint preparation. This includes band exercises and mastering the basics. With this foundation in place, you can move on to exercises with dumbbells, basic static progressions, and the next levels of planche progressions. As you progress, not only will you perform all the progressions correctly, but your upper body will also become significantly stronger and you will build impressive biceps and shoulders. The most important thing is to always pay attention to precise execution and follow the steps outlined in this video. If you want to build your strength, muscle mass, flexibility, and all the skills you want similarly from scratch using a proven system, join the Gymnastics Method community. If you want to get the most out of yourself and support your progress with irreplaceable help, personalized guidance, constant feedback, and 24/7 accountability from an expert, apply to one-on-one coaching. Otherwise, if you want to work at your own pace using the same well-structured system, just click the link below, join the Gymnastics Method community with the app, and get access to all my programs, tutorials, daily workouts, and much more. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and now check out one of my earlier videos on the end screen.